Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Grant in the Garage. Now, I gathered sort of as I went on that things would happen that would involve me becoming out of the garage. However, I guess we're sort of into video 2 here, and well, the door's already open and the car's already out there. Basically, what I wanted to do today, I just kind of figured that there's not really been any, I guess, voluntary suggestions as to what the next video is on. So for the time being, what I'm going to do is document the work that I'm currently doing to the car, having recently received it back. So there is elements all over the car that need addressing. Certain things with bodywork, certain things with the interior, and fundamentally certain things with the performance setup, so the engine and things like that. Now, what I am currently doing today, you may wonder what this knife is for, is I'm just simply adjusting some carpet trims that I purchased to go in the back of the car to help finish off the boot a little. It was looking a little barren because we relocated the battery and everything there. So the aim basically today is to show you what we've been up to. And by we, I'm referring to my friend Daryl, who is on his way. And what I will also do is I will overlap and show you a video of his very special car. What I probably will do as time goes by is maybe not so much feature, but talk about some friends' cars and certain vehicles and their setups. And we go into a little bit more detail, and then obviously it gives you guys the opportunity to ask questions, and hopefully I can best inform you on why those setups work and what they're best used for. So Daryl has got an Abarth Punto Evo with the infamous multi-air engine that for some amount of time seemingly was untunable. Truth be told, we don't really know what power the car is, but we know that it is circa above, well, it's over 250 and probably circa 300, but as I say, that is only based on sort of the bum dyno and rough estimates based on fuel calculations. But as you can see from the videos, it goes pretty damn well. Right, so I'm going to show you what we're up to. Now, I'll ignore the front of the car. I'll come back to my reasoning behind that soon enough. So, we don't have any light. Hold on, let me come back to this. We now have light. Things not an issue. So what I'm in the process of doing is trimming the side piece of carpet to go around the battery here. Now, for people that are wondering, it is a very, very small Odyssey race battery. Reason being is it shifts a large portion of weight from the front to the back. Also, what it does as well is it frees up a lot of extra space in the engine bay for any comings and goings that I need to plumb in there. Makes things like accessing the boost pipes that would usually be below the battery a lot easier. I'll show you those in a moment. What we've also been doing here is installing a meth pump. So the tank, which is here, will be going on the side. So, as you can see, I've gone for an AEM one. And I'll explain as to why. So, here is the reason why I've used the AEM. That is a live contact we need to wire up here. However, let's get inside the car. This is the AEM meth controller. Now, what this basically does is it looks a little bit more complicated than it is really. But this dial here is for when you want the meth to start spraying. For example, if you wanted it to spray at 10 psi or 15 psi or as much as 20 psi. You adjust it with the dial there. This one here is the maximum psi you are going to run. So say for example I was going to run 40 psi, which I certainly won't be, but I would have that all the way down. But I wanted the meth to start instantaneously. As soon as I applied any boost whatsoever, I turned that down to 5 psi, and there you go. I've got permanent spray. Now, something to consider when looking at meth injection is the size of the injector. The injector, which I shall show you in a moment, is what ultimately sprays the meth into the pipe. That is what that keeps your charge temperatures down, and that is what allows you to obviously scavenge more power from it. So, underneath the engine bay, as you can probably see, so this is where the battery would usually be. Obviously gives me plenty more room in here. This pipe here that you can probably just see is the pipe that connects from the intercooler hose that runs up to the throttle body and goes to the inlet manifold. Now what that basically does is that will be spraying a water and methanol combination into that pipe. Now the benefits of meth I can go into, I guess, on another video. I won't bore you with it today, but this is where it comes through. We take that up through the bulkhead, it goes through to controller, back to the pump obviously, and that draws from the tank. So we're in the process of finishing that up right now, and for all of you who have not seen the engine bay, this is this. So I'm not going to go into too much detail in the engine bay, namely for the reason is I'd like to know what you would like to know about it. It's obviously far from standard, but I'd be curious to know if there's anything you have any questions about. There we go. That is the one of the least professional walkbacks into the garage ever. Need tripped over all my tools. No, so as you can see, we have done a little walk around with what we're doing today on the car. There is a whole host of things that have got to be done over the next few days. The ultimate goal, so you all come along for the ride, is that the car goes for mapping and needs no additional tweaks after that. There is also something we've got to do. We've got to install an AFR gauge with the help of an exhaust company. That is also my boost controller, or new boost controller should I say, because I've already got one in situ at the moment, but it's just, I'd prefer to have a new one. So we've got that element to change. I've got the meth to sort out. There's a few sort of minor sort of interior bits to do. And then I've got some body work to address as well. But the body and the story as to why I've ended up the way I has is for another day. But as before, if you've liked what you've seen so far, and this is just a very, very small taster of what's to come, then please like, please subscribe, please comment, share, do what you need to do. Tell your friends, anyone that's got an Abarth. I promise you this will be a very, very good opportunity for anyone to learn This is not professional, is it? No, they will be able to learn their way around their car, learn what's best for it, and they get the opportunity for me to make a custom video for them. So what more could you want? See you later, guys.